Hello. Sorry for my brief delay there. Welcome to Sunroom Week at Heart of a Mother. If this is your first live opportunity to join us, or you are watching this recorded, my name is Jenny, and I am super glad that you are taking the time to spend a little bit of your time with us. It's a busy Monday here, a little chaotic, as always is the case, whether it is a homeschooling Monday or a homeschooling Monday plus running a special week here at Heart of a Mother. And I am just overjoyed to share with you about our members here at the Sunroom. The Sunroom membership is an opportunity for Catholic homeschooling moms to come together in an intimate small community and walk together on this journey alongside myself and our other two consultants, Amy and Stacy. And today I'm looking forward to introducing you to one of our longtime members, Lauren, who has been with us for goodness, 2, 3 years. I know I put it in the email. And she has been a faithful member and a great contributor through the usual ups and downs of everyone's homeschooling journey. So, in a moment, hopefully, I'll be able to welcome her on the screen here with me today. But if you are seeing this video and you are popping in for the first time, I just want you to know that Sunroom Week is still available for signups. You can go to heartofamother.net and click on the banner at the top. That will take you to our Sunroom Week sign up page. This week is meant to be a snapshot, sneak peek, shot in your arm uh, of what's all included in the Sunroom membership for anyone who wants to try it out or just get a little extra support before we run into the holidays. As homeschool consultants here at Heart of a Mother, we have amassed an incredible amount of experience and wisdom and knowledge and information just to share with you and make your journey easier. We specialize in helping mamas figure out what works for your unique family without providing, a set curriculum or a set strategy or schedule or program or formula of any kind. We work with you to customize uh, your day, your life, your homeschooling in whatever way you need. So it's a great gift that I have so many members who are walking this journey with us because it renews my enthusiasm for homeschooling when I am able to talk with our members each week in our live calls and in our community forum and in other ways as well. So let's see if we can bring Lauren on here in just a moment, hopefully. I'm going to check and see. She's working on internet. You know how that always happens when you want to do something. Technology doesn't always work. But the Sunroom membership began because as consultants, we saw the need for homeschool moms who are coming to us for support, needing a little bit more long-term ongoing support. And so we have one-on-one homeschool consulting calls, and we've worked with hundreds of families now to do one-time calls or monthly calls to help them figure out what's going to work for their unique family on this journey of homeschooling. And the Sunroom is an opportunity for us to join together and have a little bit more long-term, intimate uh, participation where we meet weekly to walk together on this journey and help one another. Here comes Lauren. Let me let her in and introduce her to you. Hi, Lauren. I hope that you can hear and see me. We are live on YouTube. I was doing a little introduction. Let's see, you are muted. Look how pretty you
I'm
look with
so
that neat
sorry.
jacket. You're fine.
Internet connection in the country.
Yes, technology is our friend until it isn't.
No.
So thank you for coming on with me just to have a brief
Yeah.
chat about your experience in the sunroom and just to share. So everybody, this is Lauren. We're super excited that Lauren's been in the sunroom for quite a while and really blessed to have her participation, not only as a member that receives support from the consultants, but also shares her own experiences with us. Lauren, do you want to briefly introduce yourself or tell everybody anything about you that you want them to know?
I'm Lauren. I live in Central Texas and just started homeschooling, 3 years ago. I guess that's when I found you, Jenny. And thankfully, I found you. And it's going really well. And we live in the country now, chickens and dogs and cows as neighbors. So we love it.
And glitchy internet, apparently.
Yes, yes.
That's okay. We
Unfortunate side effect of the
you
country.
trade those things, right? Well, okay, so to get us started, I have some set questions, but I want to go through kind of a this or that. If you want to pick,
Okay.
I'm going to name two things and tell me which of the two things just jumps out at you as your preferred thing. So I'll start easy. Tea or coffee? Tea. Me too, except mine's from a local spot. Awesome. Tea or coffee? Tea. How about audiobooks or read alouds?
Oh, read alouds. I have to have the pages.
The pages. Gotcha, gotcha. A hard one. Saint Therese or Saint Teresa?
Saint Therese, but that's a hard one.
It is a hard one,
We're
right?
pretty close. Yeah,
They're
we're
they're both pretty close.
different support, different reasons.
Exactly, exactly. All right, how about go to co-op or stay at home?
Stay at home.
Stay at home for sure. She
I
answered that
love
really
co-op.
quickly.
I love co-op, but I really like to be home, and so do my children. And I think we've done the co-op, and so now we're on the other side of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, different seasons, different reasons, right? All right, one more. How about Rosary or Lectio Divina?
Rosary.
Aw, gotta love Our Lady.
Sure, yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so thanks for sharing those little tidbits about you. Let's talk more about you being a member of the Sunroom because that's why we're here during Sunroom Week is to be sharing with the world that Sunroom's here if you need us, when you need us. So how long do you think you've been a member? I know I looked it up and put it in the email, but my brain doesn't.
So I think I joined in 2022, like winterish, but
Mhm.
I don't think I really jumped in until maybe the fall. Completely. I
Ah,
was like
okay.
in and out and
Yeah,
life and getting we just started. So
yeah,
it was a little rough start, but I mean, it's great now. So
good. What kind of made you decide to join the Sunroom? And then like what has been your favorite part of it?
okay, so I frantically brought my kids home and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, homeschooling. And I always thought I could do it. I was like, oh, I can always do this, but it was just kind of that I didn't have the support. My husband was very on board with it, but from extended family and things like that. So it was kind of a little doubt there. So I brought them home and I was like, oh, I have to do school at home and that frantic, like, I have to have a bell schedule and you know what I mean? Like I have to have
Yes.
everything the way it was. I brought school home and it did not work. So I think I was just searching for some sort of help and guidance. You stay up all night Googling
Yeah.
everything and then you go down these rabbit trails. And thankfully, I ran across you and I just watched all of your videos and Stacy and Amy and everybody was on there so helpful. And it was just simple, caring, advice. And that's what came across. So
Awesome.
here I am.
And you've been here a while, so I assume you enjoy being in the sunroom. What are some ways the sunroom has helped you?
I actually look forward to these calls. So they're kind of like I bring my little drink and I talk to other moms and it's just kind of a good chat from anywhere. I was just thinking about this, anywhere from last week we were talking about like science that maybe you need in high school to like the birds and the bees, types of thing when you get into it, but resources
Hmm.
and things like that to just self-care for us as mothers. So I think it's more just it's an all around like good support system, not just for academic,
Hmm.
means or it's not a blueprint like this is what you have to do to homeschool. It's more like, well, what think about your family dynamic, your life, the things that are going on for you, and it just kind of evolves around that. So
That's beautiful. I know one of the things I always love. And hopefully this won't call you out because I don't mean to, but we will share something that is just some, basic, like you said, simple tip or simple word of don't forget this or remember this. And you're like, oh, I knew that, but I needed to hear it again.
Yes,
You
that's most of the time.
you tend to say that. So it's not like we're reinventing the wheel here, but
Yes.
we remind one another like in that moment when it's so hard to think clearly or it's so hard to think, like step back out of yourself and think what should happen here. And then someone else says it and you're like, oh, so
Or like it's a gentle reminder, like, you don't have to do that. Or, like it's more like, oh, you're right. Like, I
yep,
don't have to run myself ragged during the holidays and I don't have to do these other things. So, yes,
true.
gentle reminders.
Yes, today's call, which we just got off a little while ago, we had the question of how do you deal with that witching hour, that like evening hours where the kids are just kind of crazy. And we were talking through some of the topics and ideas, and we ended up into like, dinner doesn't have to be this huge elaborate meal that you make. You can serve like a meat and a veggie, and it can be super simple. Or like, the simple thing that kid likes to eat. You don't have to go all out and do something fancy. It can be like sninner with snacks for dinner, but
Yes,
like a charcuterie for kids. Anyway, it was kind of a neat reminder that it doesn't have to look a certain way, and neither does any part of homeschooling.
that's what helped me the most because you get online and then you see those Pinteresty like homeschool rooms and days and schedules. And then if you try to read those, it just, which I did when I first began, I was like, and it wasn't joyful for anybody trying to follow someone else's schedule in life. So,
Yeah, you made it your own and grew into that.
yeah,
It's been great. So, what type of moms do you think would benefit from being in the Sunroom membership?
I don't think there's a certain type of mom. I think it's just, someone wanting maybe to understand more. At first, I just needed to understand what it was I wanted to do, and not necessarily homeschooling, but what do you want your life to look like is what you helped me with. Like, what is it? What is your why and why the reason you're doing this? And so I guess that's really what is your why? Someone who's interested in just growing a family culture around homeschooling, not necessarily how to homeschool or how to have homeschool life. It's just
Yeah,
creating the culture that you want for your family and you need for your family. And that's the sunroom has completely helped me with that because you also get to talk to other women who are experiencing the same thing and benefit from their wisdom. And so it's been really helpful.
yeah. I know one of the things that I love about our membership, which is always changing because we let moms come and go, there's no long-term
Mhm.
commitment, it's month to month, but is that we always have a variety. So we have moms who have like 6, 7, 8 kids in all ages, and they're scrambling, every which direction. We have moms who are just homeschooling one kiddo. They might have just like littles and their oldest is in first grade, or they might have teenagers and they're trying to graduate them somewhere in the middle. I love the variety that we have. We've got neurodivergent families. We've got families struggling with some pretty heavy crosses. And then we've just got families who are, floating through life and trying to hang on for this ride and do the best that they can to, educate their kids at home. So I like the variety personally.
Right.
Okay, so the
And
big
school is not
question,
your
oh
life,
God,
right? It's more about like this is life, right? You're
yes,
you're living life with your family, with your children. Yes, academic it's important, but really you're just trying to raise virtuous, holy children and teach them about life.
that's right.
I think that the sunroom has really given me a huge support and that there are different seasons. We've struggled just recently, just came out of a really difficult season and you're like, it's okay. What's the bare minimum? What can you do? What does that look like for your family? So it's nothing that's like you come to a call and you're like, what did you do today? What did you finish? Did you complete your work, Lauren, that you said you would? It's just very I just keep saying supportive, but um yeah, reliable support from people who are truly invested in your idea of what your family culture should look like, not Jenny's idea what it should look
Right.
like, but we have good suggestions for that. You're like, oh well, here's where you can get that resource, or here's what helped worked for me, not here's what you need to do to get that. It's here's what worked for me. So that's I
Yeah.
appreciate.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Love hearing that. That's a really wise. wise assessment of what we do. I mean, we do you set goals in the sunroom each week, and we all do. I set them too. And then we do ask, did you meet that goal? But it's the goal that you set, not that we made sure you know, accomplish or not. And then even then, if like half the time we don't, like we're okay if you don't get your goal done, you know. I mean, we're
Life
just
happens.
life happens. Our goals change. That's cool. Well, the biggest question I always get about the sunroom, because we do live weekly calls, is how do you find the time or make the time to get on those live calls? Because life is busy and you have kids all over the place and doing different things, and seems like a big commitment to a weekly live call. What would you say to that mama who's asking that question?
Sometimes I can't. Like
Hmm.
today, I had to drive. And sometimes I just listen. So sometimes I'll log on and say, "Hey, I'm driving. I would love to listen and be a part of, part of it just in the background." But I love that you send out the call room notes, and so I can kind of go. And 9 times out of 10, I'm like, "Oh, I was just needing to hear something about that, or I was just thinking about that issue or that bullet point was in my brain to ask Jenny."
Hmm.
Um, so a lot of times it's just fitting it into your life, and if it can't, there are other options. Or if you think I can't join the live, you can still listen to the recordings
Hmm.
or go back to them and or go back to the call room notes.
Yeah.
Um, so that's helped me a lot. But I do like carving out that little bit of time for myself in my
Yeah.
tea. Um,
In your tea.
so yeah.
No, we always ask mamas, you know, why'd you come on the call today? What do you want to talk about today? And, you know, sometimes we'll have calls and people be like, I just want to be around other adults. That's that's a big motivator sometimes. But,
Well, that was
you know,
last week.
right?
Last week we got on there, we're like, I don't really know.
I don't know. We just want to chat. But we always
But
find things to talk about that are valuable and encouraging and helpful. Um, for sure. I would say, like, I was thinking back to something you said earlier about how it's your whole life. We care about all of you. And how many calls have we talked about sleep and bedtimes for mom?
yeah.
Like this fall, I feel like it's a theme. We're like, we all need to just go to bed on time and life will be better.
That's kind of what it was last week. We were like, or November. I'm going to say October. See, it's the middle of November. It's November and I'm tired. So
Right. We're
that's
all
kind of what
tired.
it was. But then we talked about, helpful ways to squeeze in those little, restful moments or prayerful moments. And those are so helpful. Just even if you already knew them, like most of the time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Great reminders.
that's beautiful. Well, thanks so much for sharing today. I wanted this to be brief, but I just love having you in the sunroom and knowing that you're kind of watching your journey, right? Over these past few
Well,
years. It's been a gift to me as well. But like, I guess if you have a friend that you can think of that would really benefit from being a part of the sunroom and joining us, whether they come, like I said, I always tell mamas try to come to like 2 calls a month, right? Because then that gives you some consistency. But what would you tell this friend about joining the sunroom? That what's the one thing you want her to know? You can think
I
about
think it's kind of like
it.
well, no, I think I'm trying to put it into words. It's kind of like for me, kind of like an exhale, like, oh, I get to um, join other mothers that I know are passionate about the same things, their families, their homes, their faith, and really glean from other people's wisdom and just, I don't have to worry about, am I doing something right? Am I checking all the boxes? Am I this way or that? Or I just have to come and be willing to try, be willing to, work for what I want, not what someone else wants for me. So, and then I have the support there. So it's nice. It's like a little coffee date, just chatting or
Yes,
tea.
it is. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I especially appreciate your point that you can't always make it, but we have the call notes that we put up in the community, and we're having some conversation in the community on the side, the forum, you know, when you can't make it to a live call, so that you still have support. We're still here. And we have moms who, you know, maybe don't come on a call for like a whole month and then they show up and, you know, they're able to come back and get the support they need when they need it. But we're here for them whenever. No
I had to
pressure,
take time
no.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Lauren, for sharing with the
Yes.
world
That-
your sunroom experience. We love it. We think it's a beautiful place. I'm always committed to keeping it intimate. So no matter how many people join, we'll just add calls so that we can still make sure that everybody receives the support they need and is encouraged. And I'm truly humbled that by your words today that, everything you said was like, okay, that's what I want. That's what I want. I'm doing a good
Aw.
job.
No, I really appreciate it's just a ministry to be able to have to a gift that you give to people. So I really appreciate
Mm.
it, and it's really been made a difference in our lives here. So thank you.
Yeah, it's all a thing that it's on my heart. This was heart of a mother is just to tell mamas how much God loves you and what a good job you're doing because you really are. You're doing a much better job than you think you are. And it's just been always on my heart to share with mamas on this homeschooling journey because it's not easy. It's hard. We take on a lot of responsibility, but that's kind of what I just always want to say. I want to give you a big hug and say, you're doing a great job.
Well, something you said to me in the beginning that really just that affected my entire, perspective was God has equipped you with everything you need. Like you are the person that your children need. So I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, I can do it.
Yes, that is truth. That is. All right, Lauren. Well, thank you so much. Hopefully, I will see you on the next weekly call or
I will
another
be there.
opportunity soon. And may God bless you and your family. Thanks again for sharing with everybody.
Thank you so much. Bye.